the story of the Zulu kingdom. Long ago, in the green hills and wide grasslands of southern Africa, many small groups of people lived. These groups were called clans. Each clan had its own chief, its own cattle, and its own land. Life was not always easy. People grew crops, looked after animals, and sometimes fought each other for food, water, and territory. One of these small clans was called the Zulu. The name Zulu means heaven. At first, they were very small, and nobody thought they would one day become powerful. But out of this little clan came a leader who would change everything. His name was Shaka Zulu. Shaka was born in 1787. His father was a minor chief named Senzangakona, and his mother was Nandi. Their relationship was not accepted by many people, and because of that, young Shaka was treated badly. Other children laughed at him, and even adults looked down on him. But instead of breaking him, this made Shaka stronger. He grew up tough, determined, and ambitious. As a young man, Shaka joined a bigger clan called the Mthethwa. There, he trained as a warrior. He learned how to fight, how to survive, and how to lead. He was tall, strong, and brave. But most importantly, he was very smart. He watched how battles were fought and saw that the old ways were weak. At that time, warriors used long spears which they threw from a distance. After throwing, they often ran away. Shaka thought this was foolish. He believed warriors should fight up close, face to face. So he created a new weapon called the Iklewa. It was a short stabbing spear with a wide blade. It was deadly in close combat. Shaka also made his men carry large cowhide shields for protection, and he trained them to move together as one, not as scattered fighters. He invented a clever plan for battle called the bullhorn formation. Imagine a cow with horns. The chest attacked the enemy from the front, the horns spread out to surround them from the sides, and the loins, the reserve troops, stayed back and joined at the right time. This new way of fighting made the Zulu very powerful. In 1816, Shaka became the chief of the Zulu. At first, they were still small, but under his leadership, they grew quickly. One by one, nearby clans were defeated or joined with the Zulu. Shaka demanded strict discipline. His soldiers trained every day. They marched barefoot over long distances. They were not allowed to marry until they proved themselves in battle. They became one of the most feared armies in Africa. Shaka organized them into regiments called Amabutho, based on their age. Each regiment lived together, trained together, and fought together. His capital, Bulawayo, was full of warriors, their voices rising in songs and chants, their shields shining in the sun. The Zulu kingdom became strong and respected, but Shaka's rise also caused great trouble across southern Africa. His wars forced many people to leave their homes. This time was called the Mfikane, which means the crushing or the scattering. Entire clans were destroyed, while others fled and started new lives far away. Some saw Shaka as a cruel conqueror, but others saw him as a leader who brought strength and unity. Either way, the land would never be the same. In 1828, Shaka's mother, Nandi, died. Shaka loved her deeply, and when she passed away, he was filled with grief. He forced the entire kingdom to mourn with him. Some say he made very harsh rules during this time, and the people grew unhappy. His half-brothers, Dingane and Mlangana, feared his power. They plotted against him. In September of that year, they killed Shaka in his royal home. The great king who had built the Zulu kingdom was gone, killed not by his enemies on the battlefield, but by his own family. After Shaka's death, Dingane became king. He faced a new kind of threat. It was no longer just local clans he had to deal with. European settlers, called Boers or Voortrekkers, were moving into the land. In 1838, Dingane clashed with them. One of the most famous battles was at the Blood River. Thousands of Zulu warriors attacked a circle of Boer wagons. The Zulu charged bravely, wave after wave. But the Boers had guns. They fired again and again. The Zulu could not break through. In the end, the Zulu were defeated, and it was said that the river turned red with blood. This was a painful loss for the Zulu. After Dingane, his brother Mpande became king. Mpande was not as warlike as Shaka or Dingane. He tried to keep peace and allowed the kingdom to survive, though it was smaller and weaker than before. Still, the Zulu remained proud and united. Later, a new king rose, Cetshwayo, the son of Mpande. By then, the British Empire wanted control of Zulu land. They demanded that Cetshwayo accept their rule, but he refused. In 1879, the Anglo-Zulu War began. At first, the Zulu shocked the world. At the Battle of Isandlwana, they defeated a British army. Armed only with spears and shields, They killed over 1,000 British soldiers in one day. It was one of the greatest victories by an African army against the British Empire. The world could not believe it, but the British did not give up. They brought more soldiers, more guns, and more power. Later that year, at the Battle of Ulundi, the Zulu were defeated. Their kingdom was broken apart and placed under British control. Even though they lost their independence, the Zulu people did not disappear. Their culture, their language, and their pride remained strong. Today, the Zulu are one of the largest groups in South Africa. Millions speak the Zulu language. Their dances, songs, and stories are still celebrated. The memory of Shaka and the great Zulu kingdom continues to inspire people across the world. The story of the Zulu is more than the tale of warriors and kings. It is the story of a people who rose from humble beginnings, stood against great challenges, and left a mark on history that can never be erased. Though kingdoms rise and fall, the spirit of the Zulu endures, strong, proud, and unbroken.